You probably won't believe me, but qualifying was quite entertaining today. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, I mean, it was like just for the front and stuff. Joey Logano had the pole, then Austin Dillon edged him out by like 2/1000ths of a second or something. And then who was it that first beat him? Chase Elliott beat him, and I was like, oh man, all right, Chase Elliott's on the pole back-to-back weeks. It's a good streak. He's about to be on a win streak. And then Alex Bowman beats Chase Elliott. I was like, all right, front row Hendrick Motorsports. Then Byron beat out Bowman. I was like, oh, 1, 2, 3 Hendrick, let's go. And then Harvick goes out there and beats them all by like 0.5 of a second, just freaking kills them. And then Boyer goes out. He splits a few of the Hendrick guys, so he's starting 5th. But then Keselowski, the last guy to qualify, goes out and just slaps everyone. I mean, it was a mix of emotions. I had no idea who's going to win the pole. I mean, it just kept changing. The front of the field ended up like the original front of the field. The Austin Dillon starting 7th. Joey Logano, who I thought was going to be on the pole, is 9th. A range of emotions. But last time we were in Michigan, Joey Logano dominated. If you don't remember, it was a very Talladega-like track, it seemed like. There was a lot of drafting. You're flooring it. It's just wide open through the corners and stuff. So not a lot of driver skill, braking, driving as hard as you can to the corner, that kind of thing. But is a lot of loud pedal, the one on the right, the vroom, you know. A lot of that goes on here now. Lots of drafting, very hard to. It's like you got to draft to pass, that kind of stuff, slingshot, all the fun stuff. But Kurt Busch, he was right there at the end of the last race, I remember. But you know, because you can't really dive bomb and try to bump someone because you can't lift or you're not lifting or braking at all. You can't really get a shot at the person in front of you, so he wasn't really able to. He was never able to get to the bumper of Logano. Logano had the best car, don't get me wrong, but it was all right on a racing scale. But you know, I would have liked to see some more driver skill involved. That would have been fun. But restarts are crazy. Every place with this new package, restarts are crazy. But it'll be interesting to see if anything changes with the packet or with the racing tomorrow. I don't think it will. But it'll be weird. It's just weird to see that at a different track other than Talladega and Daytona. It's not like a whole pack or anything, but there's definitely a line, and you're trying to stay in that drafting line. But yeah, Keselowski got the pole. He's the hometown kid. He's not. I don't know if he's actually from Brooklyn, Michigan. I think that's where the race is, Brooklyn. But he is from Michigan, and he's starting on the pole. He said that would be one of the biggest races of his career to win if he were to win at Michigan. He's loved the track. He's probably went there growing up and stuff. So this would be a big deal for him to win his home track, and he is starting on the pole. So the home track, home state, whatever you want to call it, kid, he's on the pole, and he's looking for his first Michigan win. Now, if you remember, Joey Logano dominated, as I said earlier, Michigan. This is his teammate. So maybe they looked at Joey Logano from June and said, that's what they did. They threw that in there for the car, maybe. I don't know. So he could very well, don't get me wrong, he could very well go out and dominate this race. They could do very well. They could have a very strong car. But that would be interesting. If Keselowski were to dominate this race like Logano did, then it would be easy to say, Penske's got this thing down at the Michigan with this new package, and they want to go to this race every single race every year, and they want it to be the championship race. So if they can get this down for them, that'd be great. Hendrick Motorsports, they had a pretty good qualifying effort. 3rd, 4th, 6th, 12th. Stuart Haas had an all right. They have 2 cars in the top 5, Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer. And then the other 2 Penske guys are 8th and 9th, Blaney, Johnson, still not agreeing, obviously, on the situation. They have been asked about 10,000 questions this weekend about the incident. Whether it's just Bob Pockrass, what a guy, whether it's just your local news reporter trying to get something, whether it's MRN or it's on TV on NBCSN after qualifying, just interrogating Jimmy Johnson. But yeah, that they didn't really interrogate him, but they were asking him a lot of questions about the situation that you really saw coming. But some other notable qualifiers that I don't want to say 4th, but you know the alliance with Team Penske, Paul Menard, he qualified 10th. So Team Penske, those Fords are doing very good this weekend. Daniel Hemric starting 11th. RCR does very good at qualifying, it seems like, but they struggle to do well in the races. So I'm interested to see if RCR can get it down. Austin Dillon, for him personally, Michigan has been a very good track for him. I remember last year in this race he got a top 5. I think he qualified well here in June, but he did not finish well. But Hemric finished pretty all right. I think he got 12th in the spring race or June race, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, but as for the race, Chase Elliott coming off a win. He's starting in the top 10. He started on the outside. I know that. I think the outside's the preferred line, so he's going to get a jump early. But, momentum is obviously real, I believe, but I don't think he's going to win here. He's looking for his first Michigan win. I don't think he's going to win. Hometown guy, unless he dominates. I could see him winning. Don't get me wrong. I think Brad Keselowski could win this race. So I would not be surprised, but I'm going to go with a little... This guy ran really good in this race 3 years ago when he was subbing for Dale Earnhardt Jr., had a mechanical issue, and then he ended up finishing like 30th or something. But I expect him to get a Michigan win today. Alex Bowman. I remember when I made that video about Alex Bowman looking for his first career win. I said the June Michigan race would be a race to look at for him. And, he ended up winning Chicagoland. But I think he gets his second one of the season, gets Hendrick Motorsports their 4th win on the season. Alex Bowman looking good here starting up front. If they can get that car running well during the race, I could very well see them being up front and, leading laps, winning the race, getting some more playoff points. But, yeah, playoff bubble continues to be a struggle, a power struggle. I don't know what to call it. But Clint Boyer, very good start off to the weekend, starting 5th. He needs to get as many stage points as possible. Jimmy Johnson starting just outside the top 10, so if he can get a couple more spots by the end of stage 1, then he will get some of those stage points. But here is the big shocker. I got to scroll a while down. Ryan Newman starting 22nd. He's going to have to crawl his way up to get some stage points, and he's going to have to crawl his way up if he wants to finish good. And then Kyle Busch qualified 24th. So that's the qualifying order. I don't really have anything else notable from qualifying, but that's it. I got Alex Bowman winning, Hendrick getting their 4th win of the season. But Keselowski, watch out for him as well. Harvick, he needs some playoff points too. I wouldn't be surprised if he went out there and did what he did last year, but I got Alex Bowman. So you tell me in the comments who you think's going to win. I got Alex Bowman for the 500th time. I'm going to say that.